death.
You'll scream too. His power is stronger than stronger. His might shall last longer than longer. It's Satan!
Nostalgia.
No!
Children of the night.
Kill you! I've just seen death.
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is?
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Macabrecast. I am here with a longtime friend and first-time guest, Crystal, who I'm going to be calling my resident ghost expert. Is that okay?
I guess. I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I love ghosts.
Ghost analyst?
Enthusiast?
Ghost enthusiast?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've known Crystal for a long time, and for a long time I've known that you're interested in the paranormal, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that interest has peaked in the last few years, but like, you've always had pretty much an interest in it, right?
Yeah. My mom's house is extremely haunted. Grew up there. And I think probably my first experience, I was like 4 years old. And I remember being like in the bathroom washing my hands. And outside of the door was the hallway, and across the hallway is my mom's room.
Yeah.
And I saw a man walk from right to left, and he looked like Abraham Lincoln, but it wasn't Abraham Lincoln. He just
Definitely
had like
was.
he definitely had the beard, and he was tall.
Where am I?
I was at the White House.
I was at the theater, then all of a sudden I'm here.
Yeah, and I just saw him walk by, and then he like disappeared. And I told my mom, I'm like, "There's a man in your room," and she got all freaked out. She's like, "What?" And she went in there and looked, and there was nobody there. But like,
now, have your mom
think
had experiences before you'd said that when you were 4?
Yeah, because when I told her later what he looked like, she didn't tell me at the time, but when I was much older, she told me that she had seen him before on a previous day.
Your mom and Abraham Lincoln were mortal enemies. Somehow.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. We're gonna come back to more of your experiences in a second, but you do have experience going on ghost hunts.
Yeah.
You've been on quite a few, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
In general, have you had some significant experiences in ghost hunts, or it's pretty much been in your personal life?
Both. So when I do investigations, I get a lot of audio evidence that's my favorite thing. Like, I've never caught anything on camera, but it's the audio that like gets me really excited, because I was doing my neighbor's house. This was probably like 15 years ago. And we were doing a full ghost hunt. It was fun. And then like after a few hours, we're like sitting in the living room, and I had my recorder going. And so we weren't even like doing EVP. We just had it going. We were having a conversation. We were laughing. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you hear this little voice go, "Scare them off. Scare them off."
Really?
And from then on, I was like, "Oh my God, this is like my new hobby. I'm going to do this."
Did you hear it in the moment or after you were listening?
No,
okay,
it was after.
It. Okay.
Yeah. So that was like my favorite thing I've ever caught.
Yeah, I think EVPs are probably the most like compelling evidence that I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of video stuff that's compelling, but these days, which is the first thing I want to talk to you about, ghost videos in the modern age, and like the proliferation of like TikTok videos and YouTube shorts, and just like editing and CGI. Have you pretty much just had to write off most ghost videos, or I mean, how do you feel about modern videos that you see?
Probably all of them I've had to write off, because I mean, we're in 2023 now. There's so many things you can do just on your phone with, like you said, editing. And it's really easy, especially on TikTok. It's really easy to fake something. And I mean, I watch them still because they're entertaining, but you have to take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. You can't really believe everything you see on the internet. Who would have known? The internet is so fake.
Would have never guessed.
Yeah.
Even though I've been pretending to be a 13-year-old girl from Tennessee, catfishing some guy for the last 6 years to get money, but yeah, in a second I'm gonna show you some very real ghost videos. Definitely real and not edited.
I want to see.
So yeah, I mean, there's so many videos now that you see on TikTok where like you can see the edit where someone's like doing a quick pan with their phone, and you could see the cut.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And it's like 40 million views on it. Or and they have all these followers, and it's like, are you actually falling for this shit?
Yeah. A lot of people are very gullible, and those are the people that want to believe, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
no.
You want to believe in it, great, but you kind of have to be smart about it too. Like, watch for those little things.
Yeah, the problem is that they get so much clout off of one little video, and then they just keep doing that bullshit until they're famous. And you can have a whole channel just posting fake shit all the time.
Yeah. I used to watch this guy on YouTube that had like a haunted apartment, and like after the second video, I was like, oh, I think this is fake. But I kept watching it because it was so entertaining.
Is that the ghost of Carmel, Maine?
No.
That guy has a house. But that shit's fake too. It's okay. No, shadow persons again.
I still want to watch it though.
I'll send you a link.
Okay.
God, shadow person's got my door. Do you have any like YouTube people that you do for the most part like to go to or you trust? I mean, obviously you're not everything's gonna be real, but like, is there any people you like?
There's this group of these Navajo guys that I actually met last year. Really great guys. They have a channel called Unearthing the Supernatural, and they go into all their investigations with, the whole Navajo thing, and that's pretty close to what I would say is real, because it's nothing fancy. They don't really edit things in there. What they catch is what they catch, and it's up to you to decide. What it is.
I like that. I wrote down the channel. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, cool guys.
Yeah. So what about that guy? It's like, and da 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 da.
Oh my God! What's his name?
I haven't seen him in a while, but
Chills. Is that Chills?
Yeah, Chills. Yeah.
Watch as the ghost opens the door. I can't.
Yeah, I think he disappeared or something. I haven't heard from him in a while.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But like Nuke's Top 5 has like 10 million subscribers or something, and Slapped Ham, they're just aggregators for videos, but like 80% of them are just fake stuff. Yeah.
But like I said, it's entertaining. That's what people like.
Yeah. Speaking of which, all right, I'm gonna show you this first video.
Okay.
Try to go full screen here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So, view of a living room with a bunch of girls dancing around. It's so real. And like one girl gets choked and is like flying up in the air, and they're playing around. Now they're playing cards.
I mean, it's kind of hard to cards. It's kind of hard to fake when you've got the wall right there. That's really easy to cover something up.
No,
I'm gonna say
it's real. It gets worse.
Those are the pranks. Oh
yeah, she's walking. It's not exactly a crab walk. Oh, she's knocking on the door. Yeah. So. Okay.
Those are the kind of pranks I used to pull on my sister all the time when we were kids.
Did you make up ghosts and like try to scare her?
Oh, totally.
Fucking shit.
My favorite was one time I had a recorder. It was like one of those talk boys, and I played a Halloween sounds tape in it, and I put it in her closet. And then like later on, we were in her room. Yeah, like all these crazy sounds, and I was like, "Do you hear that?" And she's like, "What?" I'm like, did you hear that? Listen. She's like, what is that? Ran out of the room. It's my favorite.
Your sister stopped talking to you years ago.
That's why she hates me.
Yeah. The ones that I like the best are the Indian ghost videos, because they're this all the ghost videos from India are so like low effort. And
yeah.
I'm going to show you this one. I can't really go full screen on this one because it's a short, and I don't know how to go full screen on this, but
okay.
You can see it. Like a girl in a white dress that's trying to limbo under some electrical lines. It's so low effort. I don't understand how, and that thing probably has like 200,000 views.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the sort of thing I see around here all the time. I mean, I live in El Monte. There's a lot of people who like to weird things on the street all the time.
Yeah.
That's just a person.
Yeah, you go down to like South El Monte and there's gonna be someone like trying to limbo underneath something.
Yeah.
All right, this is the last. I'm gonna show you this one. This is the last fake. Well, I think it's fake. You tell me what you think.
Okay. I'm ready.
You ready? Okay, prepare your soul. Watch till the end. Scared face, cry face. It's a CCTV camera view that happens to be moving around like someone's cell phone. And there's a red circle and a very slight shadow.
Mm.
Yeah. Terrifying.
I mean,
I wonder how many views. Oh, okay. 139,000 likes.
wow.
And the channel's Indian Paranormal. I don't know why I'm giving them any sort of, attention, but
that's the new thing. It used to be the Japanese, now it's the Indian ghost videos.
Yeah. That's what drives me crazy. It's like you could post a video or you could post like a recording of something that you've caught, and like you might get like 200 likes or something.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Yeah.
And then there's this fake shit that just makes the rounds on the internet, and people fall for it and watch it and comment on it like, oh my God, it's so scary. There's no like critical thinking that, oh, it's a CCTV view, but it's moving around like someone's holding a camera.
Yeah.
And, there's like that whole subreddit called Why Were They Filming?
Oh, and yeah.
It's just like, oh, I'm just happen to be filming my uncle cooking dinner. And all of a sudden, like the cupboard starts slamming. It's like, oh my God, what's happening?
It makes no sense.
Yeah. So what are some other experiences that you've had personally that like have stuck with you?
Okay, so I remember being a kid, and I used to share a room with my sister. She's 5 years younger than me, and so at night she needed the light on because she was a scared little kid. And so we would sleep with
little kids. Some people might need the light on too. Sorry, continue.
So the closet had a light, so we would turn it on, and then she would fall asleep, and then whenever she would fall asleep, I would get up and I would turn it off because I like sleeping in the dark.
Yeah.
And there's this one time where I'm lying there, I'm staring at it, and I'm trying to listen for her to see if she's like, sleeping yet. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna turn it off. And then right as I was about to get out of bed, this little girl just runs from one side of the room to the other across my bed, and she turned off the light switch for me. And she stood there with her hand on the light switch. And I was like, oh. And the thing is,
terrifying.
She was a shadow. There was no features.
Like, how like solid was she?
Yeah, she just looked like a shadow. And I remember explaining it to my parents the next day, and the only way I can describe it was she was a shadow person. I saw a shadow person. Yeah. And then getting older, you start hearing people say shadow people, shadow person, and it's freaking real, man, because I've seen it. Yeah, and my dad has seen her, my sister has seen her over the years. So yeah, that was my first encounter with her.
Abraham Lincoln dressed as a little girl.
She looked like his daughter.
7 years ago. I'm obsessed with this Abraham Lincoln ghost now. I gotta tell you.
I know. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, I keep teasing on the show that one of these days I'll tell the experiences that I've had. I'll have to bring you back when I do that.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have time to do it today, but yeah.
You got some good ones.
Yeah, I got a couple that stand out. I haven't had anything happen to me recently. But yeah, I'll bring you back for that if you're
yeah,
down.
I'm down.
Okay. So now I want to do some videos that stand out to me.
Okay.
The first one is going to come from Reddit, and hopefully I'm going to keep the volume a little bit low on this one because there's an alarm that goes off at some point. But let's see here. So this is a living room, and it's not the living room video that you're thinking of, but I have that coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, so here we go. So it's a closed CCTV view. Did you see that?
No.
It's like a wide shot of a living room.
Uh-huh.
And watch between the two doors. There's like a blur that goes past.
Like something walking by.
Like something walking by, but very see-through. And then all of a sudden the alarms in the house go off.
Oh wow.
Now, I've seen other videos like this from the Simply Safe things, and when people walk by, they tend to be a little more solid and block out light.
Yeah.
It could be that the person's walking fast and all that, but this one seems to be pretty legit. Maybe if I go full screen, you could see it.
Oh, there we go.
So watch in the middle of the screen. That passes by.
There it is. I see it.
Yeah, it's very light.
Yeah. It's like it's almost like just like a blur of something. There's really no shape to it, although it is the size of a person.
Yeah, it's a tall blur. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So that one caught my eye. That one's been pretty much on the top of the ghost subreddit for a long time.
That one's pretty cool. I like that one.
Yeah, that one's was posted by Rimman8. I don't know why they call him Rim Man, but I don't want to find out.
Wait, Rim or Rem?
Rim.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you said Rem at first. I thought maybe he uses the Rem pod. Maybe he's a fellow ghost hunter.
No, it says Rim.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know what he's rimming, but all right. So we're gonna look at a couple of photos here.
Okay.
So this was taken near a battlefield, and I want to see if you see anything.
Battlefield as in Gettysburg?
Yeah, it's a Civil War battlefield.
Okay.
So do you see the picture here?
I
Looks
see
like
the picture. Yeah, got a couple people sitting.
Yeah, so look in the area between the two people, just more towards the girl. And try to zoom in here a little bit.
What is that? Is that a person?
It looks like a person holding a musket.
Yeah, I was going to say they're holding something.
So you could see their head here at the top, and then you can see this long, looks like a rifle that they're holding. Yeah, I see that. That was a more compelling photo that I've seen. And
do you know when this photo was taken?
I do not. I could try to find out.
Why
is that?
I only ask because gosh, maybe about, I don't know, 13, 14 years ago, there was this new app. I don't know what it was called, but you can put ghosts in your photos, and they're so light that you would have to like really look. And then when you see it, you're like, oh my God, there's a ghost there. And I'm just kind of wondering if could this be one of them? Yeah.
Speaking of ghost services, we're going to stop here and have a word from our sponsor. So finally have a new sponsor. I lost my sponsorship with Diet Dr. Kelp, and
Oh no,
they didn't like my promo. Apparently I didn't sound like I was enjoying kelp flavored soda. So I lost that one, but we have a new sponsor. So we're going to cut to their commercial right now.
From the company that brought you Howlmates, the #1 dating app for werewolves, comes BooParty. Are you looking to take your shindig to the next level? Then try BooParty. BooParty is America's leading Spectre provider for all your events. But don't take our word for it. Let's hear from some of our happy customers. Now that's a party. A Boo Party. Boo Party. Summon some fun. Boo Party cannot guarantee the presence, behavior, or specific activities of any ghostly entities and cannot be held liable for any physical, emotional, or psychological harm that may result in the engagement of our ghost services. Boo Party is not financially responsible for any exorcism and or cleansing rituals that may be required after Boo Party services are rendered. Banshees, warlocks, and necromancers available at additional cost.
Oh, okay, so that was our new sponsor, Boo Party. Everyone check out Boo Party. If you need a ghost at your next party, call them up. 20%
I'm
off.
calling them right now.
Yeah. There should be a promo code in the commercial, so you get 20% off your first poltergeist at your party. So, all right, we're going to take a look at another photo here. Now, this one, okay, you don't see anything at first, and it's going to be a lot harder to see, but look to the left of the screen.
Okay.
In the mirror at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So it's not letting me zoom in all the way on this, but basically there's a little girl's face at the bottom of the screen.
I see a little smudge, but I can't really see it.
Yeah, that's the problem of being on the phone, is you're not going to see things like as clearly. But I'll send this to you after. It's a little girl's face. The only problem I have with that is why the person was taking the photo. Like, why are they taking a photo of their wall and their TV, other than taking a ghost photo?
Right.
But it's creepy. It's a little bit compelling to me. And let me, I'm going to do this last photo here. And let's see what you think about this. So this, I don't know if you can, how well you can see this one, but in the back of the hallway, there's a figure.
I see the dog.
Yeah, the dog. So the dog's heading towards, and it's in the very back of the photo, in the back of the wall. There looks to be a woman in a dress.
Ghost app.
Ghost app, you think so?
Probably.
Because that one sort of.
I'm gonna say everything is the ghost app. When you see an actual ghost in a photo, it's a ghost app. And the only reason why I say that is because doing paranormal investigations and knowing people who have done it for many, many years, it's hard to catch anything visual.
Yeah. Definitely. That's like the Holy Grail, right?
It's the Holy Grail that has not been found yet.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
It is fun. I want to go on a ghost hunt sometime. I might be getting too old for it though. I wouldn't have the energy. Like it'd be more of a ghost sit, but
That's all it is. That's what you're doing most of the time anyway. You're sitting there in a room in the dark talking. You can totally do it.
Okay, cool.
We'll do my mom's house.
All right, that sounds fun.
Okay.
So these are some of the more recent compelling videos that I've seen. And I think that you've seen them too. And this is the first one I'm going to bring up.
Okay.
The baby talking to her dead uncle.
Oh yeah.
So there's a baby in a high chair.
Talking to?
Staring off into the room. Starts saying uncle.
Who are you talking to?
And it's like responding to him and saying no, pointing to her
Who are you
hand.
talking to?
Now, this woman's brother passed away
Evelyn.
2 months beforehand.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
That
Wow.
one gives me chills every time.
Videos like that, I don't know if you can fake that. It's a young kid.
That's what I'm saying. It's like when you have these young kids, past a certain point, they're susceptible to being like, tomfoolery.
Yeah,
That's what the young kids say these days, right? Tomfoolery.
totally.
Shenanigans. But this kid is too young and seems to be genuinely responding to something.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
there was some other videos that she had posted that are sort of amplifications of the sound of this video, and you can hear something else responding to her, or at least in the audio of the cell phone, you can hear a man's voice saying some things. I think he says like uncle or something like that, and you can hear and then the baby's responding to it. But
Wow.
yeah, whenever there's a kid like that, it always sort of piques my attention.
Mine too. It's pretty compelling. Any video with a young kid like that, or an animal reacting to something that's not there, those are the ones that kind of like catch my eye.
Yeah. So this last video I'm going to show you, I know this is one of your favorites, and I want to get your opinion on it.
Okay.
Because you brought this to my attention, and I'm going to keep the volume down because this is another person's channel and I don't want to get kicked off.
Right.
But so this is a CCTV, like Simply Safe camera view of a living room. Can you see it?
Yep.
All right. So we're going to play it here. It says, my kids slept with me after this event. We are fine and no longer record or pay attention to it. So there seems to be an ethereal white blob of something opening up a door for somebody. But it's so like floaty and
wispy.
And you can see the guy come in,
Yep.
who's totally solid.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says no one was behind him. You can hear someone say, "Get out." I try to get the volume on that.
That's a
By
grandma.
far, the most chilling footage Veronica has captured.
Yeah.
In which a friend of hers tries to confront whatever this is.
So there's they got some other footage where they're trying to ask the ghost some questions. And it's cutting to different views of the CCTV. It says, when Shane asked about questions about the boys, they started crying in their room. And then we tried to open the door. It was stuck shut. All of a sudden, their camera moves. seemingly without them touching it.
Mm-hmm.
And then moves back.
I'm not even moving it. Get the fuck out of here.
But they don't. It doesn't seem actory. I think you and I both have a pretty good sense of like bullshit when it comes to the acting in some of these videos.
Yeah. Their reaction is pretty genuine to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I would respond if that happened. Now, right here, the shot of this ghost lady, grandma person is really weird because it clearly looks like an old lady. I mean, to me, it does.
In comparison, he's so solid. The guy going to the door.
Yeah. When I first saw this video, I really thought it was a real person going to open the door and that something was going to happen. But then
that's what I thought.
Then you see her kind of just like fade away. It's so weird.
Yeah. The part that gets me is this first clip they have where it's very floaty and ethereal. You could see the arm going down, and then you see like a long arm come out and like reach towards the TV. Like it's sort of bending and warping a little bit.
Yeah. It's like kind of like deformed.
Yeah. And you see the guy come in and he sort of looks around a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still
this one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really weird.
Super compelling.
Yeah. I can't say for sure that it's real or not, but
yeah,
it's pretty compelling, I think.
It's pretty compelling, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are some of the videos I wanted to show you and talk about. I have a final question for you. I don't know if you've prepared for it or not.
Uh-oh.
But I wanted to ask you what your favorite ghost scene in a movie was, or scenes. It could be multiple. Do you have one? Did you think about it?
I did, and two of them came to mind.
Okay.
One of them was the Conjuring movies. I think it was the second one. I can't remember, but it's the scene where Lorraine is in the room and she sees the nun's shadow like circling the room, you know, and she's like following it. It's like slow and it's like it's coming across, and then it stops behind the portrait of the nun.
Oh yeah.
And then her hands come out, and then
come out behind it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she just charges for her. That's one of my favorites.
Conjuring had some good scares in it.
Yeah.
Insidious too, like, or I should not Insidious Part 2, but the first one, like the little kid dancing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That one.
That's the song. That's the song that just like decided it was going to be scary. You know, from then on, everyone was going to use it in the horror movies.
That song's always been terrifying. Don't fucking try to tell me it's not been terrifying to have Tiny Tim with a little ukulele in your room.
True.
Yeah. So did you have another one that you want to talk about?
Yeah, you know what I wanted to talk about was did you ever watch The Haunting of Hill House, the series?
Yeah.
On Netflix?
It's fantastic.
Okay. Great series. It was spooky. There was the tension. But the thing I really liked was after watching it and then going back and looking for all the little Easter eggs in the background, like all the ghosts. Shit tons, yes.
Yeah, there's tons of them in the background.
And then you don't notice it the first time you watch it. Nope. And then when you go back and see it, you're like, oh shit. That stands out to me a lot.
Like just like a blur in the background, a little bit of a face, and maybe just like a hand coming out the corner.
Yeah. Some of them are more clear than others, but you don't see it the first time.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So I have a favorite one, and a lot of people don't know about it. And if I can find a clip of it, I'm going to drop it into the show after. I'm going to edit it into the video. but it's from a little indie movie called The Dangerous Lives of Altar Boys.
I've heard of it.
Jodie Foster plays a nun in it, and it's got one of the Culkin brothers and a few other young actors in it. But there's a girl in it who's sort of like the crush that the main character has, and she tells him at some point in the movie, like, I have a ghost in my room, and I see her every night. And he's like, yeah, bullshit. And she goes, come back to the room, like, come on over and see the ghost. And so he goes over and spends the night there, and forgets about all that stuff, and then wakes up in the night, and they're sort of sleeping on the ground, and he looks over, and there's just a middle-aged woman sitting on the bed, not looking at him. It's sort of a wide shot, and she slowly turns and looks at him, and then gets up, and it's all from his perspective. So you see her turn and look at him, and then she gets up, slowly walks over him, and then stares down over him, and he like shuts his eyes, and it just cuts right there. And then it goes on to the next scene. It doesn't even like that's the only supernatural part of the movie, is that one scene. And it's for some reason it's terrifying. Like, I have some other stuff that really terrifies me, like in The Sixth Sense, and the kitchen lady with the cut wrists and The Sixth Sense always gives me the chills. But that scene in The Dangerous Lives of Altar Boys has always stuck with me.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, just for that one scene. Like, I'll edit it in, hopefully, if I can find. It's really hard to find. Like, it hasn't been released. You have to like find an old copy of it. Certainly I wouldn't download the file because that's illegal.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. You wouldn't download a car.
The FBI is watching.
They're watching me for different reasons, but yeah. So, all right. So yeah, that's the show. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
I want to have you back when we can talk about more ghost stuff, and I can find more fake Indian ghost videos.
Okay.
Or we could talk about the ghost of Carmel, Maine. And, oh my God, a shadow person.
I'll bring some videos too.
Okay, yeah, bring some videos, and yep, you can listen to this show and all the other shows on Gangline Assembly, and follow me on Instagram, Macabrecast show. I think I don't even know what my fucking Instagram is. The YouTube channel, Macabrecast Clips, where you can see this and all the other shorts coming out. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks again, Crystal. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yay!
Yay!